On Global Current. Tonight's discussion has really been about responsibility in political communication, responsibility in public service, and responsibility in the digital spaces that increasingly shape our world. Whether it is a political statement, a congressional campaign, or a viral social media post, the common thread is trust. And in an era where information moves faster than the speed of light, trust may be the most valuable currency of all. That's all we have time for on Lead Story Global. I'm Tyrone Reed. On behalf of the entire CVM production team, thank you for watching Lead Story. Up next, CVM News.
Thanks for joining us for CVM News at noon. It's Wednesday, June 10, 2026. I'm Akeem Oret. We begin this afternoon with sad news that the 13-year-old Excelsior High School student who was stabbed while trying to break up a dispute at her Harborview home last month has died. Camelia Paul, who had been in hospital since May 9, died on Tuesday, exactly 1 month later. Her mother, Josephine Mitchell, told CVM News that the teenager developed a lung infection. Camelia was stabbed in the stomach by her aunt's ex-boyfriend after attempting to intervene in a dispute between the man and her aunt at her father's family home. She remained in serious conditions in hospital and was briefly in a coma. Police say the suspect, 29-year-old Kemar Mitchell, turned himself in following the incident and was later charged. He is scheduled to appear in court today. In the meantime, the Jamaica Umbrella Group of Churches, JUGC, is calling for a national renewal of peace, family support, and violence prevention following the death of 13-year-old Excelsior High School student Camelia Paul. In a statement Wednesday morning, the church body expressed deep sadness over Camelia's passing and extended condolences to her family, friends, school community, and all those who supported her during her fight for life. The JUGC described Camelia as a young peacemaker who lost her life while trying to stop a conflict, saying her courage and compassion touched the entire nation. The organization is now urging churches across Jamaica to observe a Camelia Peace Call this weekend, dedicating 5 minutes of worship services to prayer, repentance, and a commitment to peace in homes, schools, and communities. The group is also calling for stronger efforts to tackle domestic violence, revive conflict resolution programs such as PALS, strengthen partnerships with the Violence Prevention Alliance, and expand support for parenting and family development initiatives. Meanwhile, the JUGC is renewing its appeal for 2027 to be declared the Year of the Family, aimed at promoting stronger family values, better parenting, child protection, and greater social peace. The church body says Camelia's death must serve as a turning point for the country and not just another tragic headline. It wasn't a shootout. That cry from residents of St. John's Retirement in Montego Bay, St. James, after 4 men were killed Wednesday morning in an alleged confrontation with police on a quarry. A father and son, Brian T.J. Fairclough and Brian T.J. Fairclough Jr., are among the deceased. Another man has been identified as Talis, while a name has not been ascertained for the fourth man. Fairclough Sr. is a tractor operator who works on the quarry, where the shooting happened, and his son is a security guard at the same location. Details surrounding the incident are still unclear at this time, but our news team spoke to the older man's wife and stepdaughter, who accused the cops of killing the men without reason.
At 5 o'clock, me get a phone call, say police, they're around here. And same time, me call me husband, 57-year-old. And when me call him, he turned to me and he said to me, say, the police them say they go shoot up the whole of them in there. And me say, all right, me they come. And when me run and come up here, so the police them run me like a dog and they tell me bad word and say, only thing up pass here, so a fire brigade. And so, and then turn me back and me I tell them, say, big man, I'm my husband. And me can't afford him to fatherless. You understand? Two pitney me a female me and him legally married a big man. And when me look, by me reach back down there, so me hear a gunshot them and me ball out and hold me belly. And me turn up the devil a while and when me look, then carry them down in a van back with them and born behind them. 57-year-old, wicked, wicked, not tell me. And this I really vote for Andrew for. At that mood I want to know if at this we have vote for in our country. All of this is police brutality, them are wicked.
That break everything, you know, because you know why? My stepfather is wicked, my stepbrother is wicked. The man is a tractor operator in the same quarry where they go kill him around there. He live around there for much years. I'm 55 now. And me live with them from me at 2 years over. From me at 2. Come. From me at 2 years old, my stepfather to take care of me. And if you see boys them come kill him, me feel away. What's like come me there at school, me there train for be soldier, me there at JCCF, much things me there at school I try to just to come be part of the land. No, me just I give up all of that. I give up all of that, the dream there.
And of course, we'll hear more coming out of that incident later on in CVM News at 7. Efforts are underway this afternoon to locate 40-year-old Cadesia McLeod, who is a pharmacy technician of Allison District in Manchester. McLeod, who has been missing since Tuesday, June 9, is of brown complexion and a slim build. Reports from the Mandeville police are that about 1:11 p.m., McLeod was last seen at work wearing a white blouse, a gray sweater, brown pants, and a pair of white slippers. All efforts to contact her so far have proven futile. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Cadesia McLeod is asked to contact the Mandeville Police at 876-961-5538. That's 961-5538, the Emergency Police 119 number or the nearest police station. The Manchester Police have released a composite sketch of two men who are wanted in connection with a murder in Dobson, Colleyville, Manchester on Saturday, June 14, 2025. Dead is C.J. Mungal, otherwise called Indian, a laborer of Dobson, Colleyville in the parish. According to police reports, at about 5 a.m., Mungal was attacked and fatally chopped by 3 men. Subsequent investigations led to one man surrendering to the police, and he is currently before the court. The remaining 2 men are still at large. Based on the descriptions provided, the composite sketch was generated. The police are urging anyone with information to contact the Mandeville Criminal Investigation Branch, CIB, at 962-2832. That's 876-962-2832. Crime Stop at 311, the police emergency number 119, or the nearest police station. To other news now, the government is defending its Hurricane Melissa recovery expenditure, with Finance Minister Favour Williams providing a detailed breakdown of the $67 billion allocated across several ministries. Speaking at Wednesday's post-cabinet media briefing, Williams said the funds were used to support critical recovery efforts, including road repairs, health services, agriculture, social assistance, and tourism recovery.
The $67 billion. So I'm here to just walk through pretty quickly where that went to, what ministries, and how it got there. You will recall that during the last fiscal year, we did a 3rd supplementary and we did a 4th supplementary in order to allocate funds to ministries. And in the 3rd supplementary to the Office of the Prime Minister, $189 million. And you can tally along and see if you get to 67 billion. The 67.
And we take a break here inside CVM News at noon. When we come back, we'll hear more from Post Cabinet.
Enjoy peace of mind in knowing that your hard-earned money is protected by the JDIC. That's right, the JDIC through the Deposit Insurance Scheme guarantees up to $1.2 million of your deposits in commercial banks, merchant banks, and building societies. This means your deposits, such as your savings and checking accounts, are covered. Rest easy, knowing that your deposits are secure. Your deposits always protected. For more information, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at JDICJAM, or visit our website at www.jdic.org.
JDIC, protecting deposits for you and me.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Welcome back to CVM News at noon, and we go back to that post-cabinet media briefing where Finance Minister Favour Williams is also maintaining that a $500 million distribution from the Financial Services Commission, FSC, will not compromise the regulator's operations. Responding to questions raised in Parliament, the minister said the transfer followed an assessment of the FSC's financial position and was made with the understanding that the agency would remain financially sound.
Such requests are generally made after an assessment of the agency's financial position to ensure that any distribution will not undermine the entity's viability. Based on the strength of the FSC's balance sheet, and based on the projections of the institution, both the FSC and the ministry had a joint understanding that the $500 million distribution would be granted.
Labour and Social Security Minister Pernell Charles Jr. has launched a new digital platform aimed at speeding and cleaning up post-Hurricane Melissa relief payments. The system, known as HARP, will be used to verify applicants, resolve data errors, and update outstanding claims so affected persons can receive their funds. Charles Jr. says the platform will support Phase 2 of the relief program and help the ministry complete validation and payment processes more efficiently.
So today we begin the pilot phase of HARP, which will be the tool utilized by the ministry to organize Phase 2, which is the phase where we are validating those persons who could not be verified earlier because of whatever the issue is, whether it's TRN issues or phone number wrong or a building cluster issue or a duplication issue, whatever the issue is. Through HARP, we will have our team members out, or we have them out already, to gather that information.
Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton salutes the work of the health team and organizers who assisted in the swift services provided during their post-Hurricane Melissa recovery efforts. Speaking at the post-cabinet press briefing on Wednesday, Dr. Tufton says in addition to deploying a field hospital within the first week and a fully operated hospital in Black River, St. Elizabeth, within 5 days of the country's recovery process, the team must be saluted for its control over waterborne diseases and outbreaks that would usually occur after a hurricane.
It is normally automatic after such a weather storm to have waterborne illnesses. We had leptospirosis, but it was short-lived because the team was deployed, 177 public health inspectors, and we controlled that. It could have been a lot worse in places like St. James, Montego Bay, Catherine Hall, where the mud and the dirt and everything came down with the flooding. And we had 1,100 vector control workers to visit homes, to spray, to treat water, and we did not have a dengue outbreak, which is phenomenal.
Dr. Tufton also knows that his ministry is currently undergoing a phase-by-phase rebuilding, restoration, and modernization of healthcare systems.
We are in receipt of 64 briefs of the 101 health centers to be repaired under the phase of building back and building back stronger. Design firms are working to complete the remaining as we move to reviewing and validating the design briefs and respective regional and parish health teams. The next steps will be to move the construction drawings and tendering process for these health centers.
Jamaican-born attorney Casey Early has launched her campaign for Florida's 22nd Congressional District, saying she is running to represent people, not political parties. She says her experience as a trial lawyer and a public defender gives her the skills to address key issues, including migration, cost of living, and government trust.
I am a community servant. I'm here to serve. And when you give to the least of those, you did it unto God. So I am moved by compassion. I'm moved by empathy. I'm just a different type of politician. And it's unfortunate because oftentimes when you hear politician, it's negative. I'm a lawyer. It's negative. And I've changed that mindset.
Social media influencer and radio host Ruben Ganja Claus Huzzy says content creators often exacerbate situations for hype, which can escalate conflicts between businesses and online reviews. He says while authenticity is important, creators must think carefully before posting content that could damage reputations or livelihoods.
I think one of the biggest issues is that controversy sells, and to the point where you'll have people, they'll exacerbate a situation or escalate a situation for the sake of the hype and forward when, you know, it may not necessarily, maybe they were inconvenienced or maybe they had a bad experience, but now it's being blown out of proportion and now there's this back and forth and up and down and side to side.
We go now to the Supreme Court, where a prosecution witness became emotional on Tuesday in the ongoing Klangsman-Gann trial after identifying a photograph of deceased Zamari McKay. Carla Ramdeen, who has been tracking this high-profile case, was in court and now reports.
A prosecution witness detailed her account of events surrounding the disappearance and subsequent murder of a man named Zamari McKay in Tuesday's proceedings. She told the court that on August 10, 2022, she was asleep when a relative woke her and informed her that a call had come in on his phone. According to the witness, the caller was a friend of McKay. The witness testified that she later went to her cousin's house where a call was made to McKay. She said McKay answered and she spoke with him for approximately 5 minutes before the call ended. The witness told the court that after the phone call, she and other relatives went to a police station. She further testified that she and other family members visited the Hunts Bay police station the following day. They were subsequently directed to the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch CTOC, where she provided a statement to investigators. The court previously heard evidence from a detective sergeant who discovered a body that is said to be Zamari McKay on Lakespen Main Road in St. Catherine on August 11, 2022. The officer testified that he observed the body of a man lying face down in what appeared to be an illegal dumping area. He told the court that both ankles were tied with a white merino and that several spent casings were found around the body. The officer also said he observed what appeared to be blood in the area and noted that the body had several wounds to the upper back and neck. The evidence relates to counts 28 and 29 of the indictment, which allege the accused knowingly facilitated the robbery and murder of Zamari McKay. Carlos Williams, Jermaine Clark, and Owen Billings are the men charged in connection with the murder. Carla Ramdeen, CVM News.
Thanks, Carla. Mobile outreach stations are to set up across Kingston and St. Andrew to educate business operators about signs and billboards. Mayor of Kingston, Andrew Swaby, made the announcement at the recently held Municipal Corporation meeting.
The KSAMC will be expanding its public education and compliance outreach activities through a series of mobile outstations across Kingston and St. Andrew. These outstations will be established within plazas and commercial centers throughout the municipalities and are intended to bring the compliance process directly again to businesses.
To international news we go now, where the United States has reportedly carried out a series of strikes on Iranian military and surveillance sites in response to the downing of an American helicopter in the Gulf. The U.S. has described its strikes as a proportional response, while Israel's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, described the attack as vicious. More from the BBC.
This is the most serious escalation of hostilities between Washington and Tehran since the ceasefire was agreed 2 months ago. The apparent downing of a US Army helicopter, followed by US strikes on Iranian military targets, marks a significant deterioration in relations and has raised concerns